Okay. Alright, so this stream... a slight itinerary for the stream is... first of all, we're going to do the treasure log. I'm going to do the first episode, the first level in treasure log, because I forgot that there's a cutscene that is, there's a cutscene that plays the first time you open the treasure log, and I forgot about that, and I opened the treasure log and got the cutscene, and I'm just going to show that now. Also, I'm going to show actually this. This is the gallery theme, and it is a piano rendition of the main theme of the game, and I love it. You also actually unlock, you basically just get all the music, like, right off the bat. Or at the very least, enough of it that you get a lot of it, like, really quickly. And that's, yeah, I like the gallery theme here. It's really cute and kind of happy. But, okay. So we're going to do the treasure log. The first episode of the treasure log. And then we're going to go through Enies lobby. And depending on, we're going to go through Water 7 in its entirety. I don't know how long that's going to take, but if it doesn't take too long, we might actually get to do some more treasure log episodes. But first off, here we go. This is the cutscene that plays if you open the treasure log. For the first time.
富、名声、力。この世のすべてを手に入れた海賊王ゴールド・ロジャー。彼の死に際に放った一言は人々を海へ駆り立てた。夢を追う、力を求める者、そして平和を願う者。それぞれの思惑が渦巻く世界で人は挑み戦い続ける。いくつもの冒険と可能性で満ちたこの海の果てに一体何が待ち受けているのか。世はまさに大海賊時代。各々が目指すその先でまた一つ新たな冒険が始まろうとしていた。
There we go. Yeah, that's just, like I said, that's basically just rehashing the inciting incident of, like, Roger was executed. He said, hey, I have a treasure out there somewhere that's really cool. Go find it. And everyone went out to find it. But that starts the treasure log, which is basically this game's version of the dream log, but what it makes up for what it lacks in presentation, it makes up for in execution. Because, yeah, the treasure log is just a menu. It's not like this huge sprawling thing of islands where each island is a different level. It's just a list of levels. And each of them, and like with the dream log, the treasure log here, all the levels are themed. There can still be random stuff that happens in each level, but generally speaking, every level in the treasure log will have a theme like this, like, say, Zora or Sanji. Part of the thing about the treasure log is there are, you see the key in the corner of the, next to the cursor there. That means that unlocks other levels. That unlocks other levels for, like, other important levels, which then unlock more, until it unlocks the deciding episode of the like each difficulty, the East Blue, the Grand Line, and the World, they all have deciding episodes that are basically, if you beat this, you unlock the next tier. And so in order to beat the deciding episode of this level, or of this stage, or of this tier, I need to finish all of the levels with the keys on them. And not all levels have keys. Which, once again, this is, I would say, a slight improvement on the Dreamlog, because that means you don't have to beat every single... That means to get to the end of the Dreamlog, to get to the end of the Treasure Log, excuse me, you don't need to beat every stage, and, like, as a matter of fact, beating all the stages isn't really necessary for most characters. Like, there are some characters that are unlocked with, beating, I think the most is 30 levels total in the Dreamlog, or in the Treasure Log. But that's it. And the only real, like, trophies or achievements tied to this is, like, play in Treasure Log, beat Treasure Log, like, the final episode of Treasure Log, etc., etc. It's not like, beat all of the levels of Treasure Log and get all of the coins, because that's more a slog than, because I think they changed that arguably because of how much of a slog it was in Dreamlog, Empire Warriors 3. But yeah, every Treasure Log level has a recommended level, which this one is level 1, some rewards, all of them give a rare coin upon completion. Every stage in this game, or every stage in the base game, gives you a rare coin the first time you beat it, along with some, like, thematic coins, like, say, Thor and Sanji here. A description, which is just a basic overview of what you're doing in there, or what the theme is, and then you get to look at what the what the 2 or 3 factions are that you'll be facing, that you'll be working with or facing against. Like in this one, you will face off as the allies against Zoro and against Sun. Also, because I can play whoever the fuck I feel like, I'm gonna be using this guy because I've been using him to farm a lot in the since the last stream. As you can kind of tell, he's kind of buff. Yeah, I've been farming a lot. That's also one thing that I want to mention. Well, first of all, the special log, I am going to show this off on stream eventually. I'm going to play this level on stream, or I'm going to play all this stuff on stream once we're finished with Wano. Once we finish the dramatic log, once we've beaten Wano, I will show this off on stream. But, for the sake of my own sanity, I guess, and for the sake of my own farming, I am going to beat this stage off camera. Or I'm going to beat this stuff off camera, and then show it off later on stream after Wano's beat. Or after we beat Wano. Just as a, like, heads up. I'm not skipping anything, like, I'm going to show off every level in this game on camera at least once, whether or not I beat it whether or not I beat it for the first time off stream. But yeah, so like here, Buggy says you only unlock him if you play 15 different Treasure Log episodes, which that's not a whole lot. And then Smoker, you actually unlock the, I think it's the deciding episode in the East Blue Saga, or in the East Blue tier of the Treasure Log. Yeah, and then Eva here is, you get 30 points. You beat 30 different Treasure Log episodes. And congratulations, you now have Eva. Whether or not that's a good thing is up to you.
未来は見えている。
That was mean. I like Eva. I just the design's kind of a. Ew. Oh yeah, I got a lot of skills, by the way. Yeah, I've kind of upgraded a lot of this. Oh god damn it. Whatever. Yeah, I think I only have this, and this finished before I got all this, before I've had. Yeah, so this, and this. Those are the only three islands that I have left to unlock here that give stats for every character. Any further stat upgrades would come from their maps, from their unique maps. But oh yeah, and I've actually unlocked a bunch of these as well, because this is actually a lot less frustrating. This is a lot less frustrating now that I've actually kind of figured out how it works, basically. Because the special log that I mentioned that I'm going to be farming off stream, that actually drops you a lot of these souls that you need to upgrade. Which is why I'm saying that I'm going to do that off stream. Why I said I'm going to finish it first off stream.
ほほう俺とやる気かアホコックおお丸野君
Yeah, so this guy is my main, basically. And this also kind of works as a demonstration of, I think, how this game is supposed to work. Or how they meant this game to work. Because you'll notice how tiny everyone is in comparison to me. Katakuri here is one of the giant characters that was pushed heavily in marketing. Oh yeah, that's just a bunch of But oh hey, Hawkins. Yeah, Hawkins is one of the random events that can happen. He just pops up and then one of the several things will happen depending on what parts he gets. And that can be like, he starts fighting you, he sees treasure, and that can be like, yeah, there it is. He starts fighting you, he sees treasure and you have to go first, he sees someone in danger and you have to kill them, and you have to save them first, before Hawkins gets there. But no matter what, if you do the thing that Hawkins, if you succeed in basically dealing with Hawkins properly, he will just join you and follow you around. Also, like I said when I I think this is technically how the game is intended to be played, or how the game is going to work. I'm just wrecking, like, like, this environment is just gone.
それなりの戦力を揃えていってわけだ油断したか
Oh, and one fantastic thing about Katakuri specifically is, well, first of all, here's his full force first. Bit of a spoiler, but this, that is faster than dashing. And I think most speed type characters have a combo like that, where they can just run across half the map. Where they can like run across half the map before dashing and just starting that over again.
妹のフィアンセだった男手を抜くのは無礼だろう
みんな悪いな
覚悟政略結婚だろう
Oh,
貴様程度の男をあてがわれた
so a few things that I noticed, that I realized when I started, while I was farming, I noticed a couple of things about, because I kept farming this specific stage in the main character, in the main, well not the main, but the free log. In the free log, I kept using the Alabaster level, the 4th Alabaster level. But the reason that, but the thing I noticed is, this pillar, this is where, this area is based off of where Zoro and Mr. One fall. And that pillar is the one from the cutscene in the story where Mr. One basically destroyed Zoro, and by extension, cut down this entire pillar. The cool thing to me is this is another one of those. This is another one of those. This is a really tiny detail, but it's cool that he cared to add it. Because in that level, after that cutscene when you beat Mr. One, the pillar is destroyed exactly as it is in the cutscene. Like, they bothered to change the normal of the world in the game, or of the, like, real-time world that you're playing in, or that you're fighting in, for a cutscene to reflect something that happened in the cutscene. Even if you skip the cutscene, the change is still there. That's really cute. That's another thing I realized while I was farming in this level so much. That this game never actually says, like this series even, say why that is basically just the most efficient way of fighting with Katsuri, frankly. Just the fucking wave and then dash cancel into another wave. There's also that one, which is really fun. It's just I make a bunch of mochi and I make just a glob of mochi, and then if I hit it, it's it just gets over too wide area. But anyway, so this game series never really It shows, whenever it shows Alabasta, it says, hey, Crocodile is a rude, Crocodile is an asshole because he started this rebellion. He, like, incited this rebellion against the king of Alabasta. But they never actually say how he did that. And I would like to kind of point that out, or point out how exactly he managed to do that, because it's really stupid and kind of funny. So, So I'd like to point out the rebellion in Alabasta, the like Revolutionary Army, or the Rebel Army, that's not part of Baroque's. Not entirely. That is genuinely like anti-royalist sentiments. Like the Rebel Army in Alabasta is entirely, or is almost exclusively is almost exclusively made up of actual citizens with seemingly legitimate grievances against the king. The problem, though, is... Ah, damn, I never showed off its fun. But anyway, so the problem is the grievances are manufactured by most of the rebel army basically joined and started being a rebel army against the king because they thought that the king was using this illegal substance called dance powder to basically hoard rain and hoard water. Because in One Piece, the dance powder, is basically just a powder that you can. It's basically just a powder that you can burn, and when you burn the powder, it goes up into the clouds and causes the clouds to just dump all of the moisture in them onto, like, the nearby area, but leaving no moisture left in the clouds for the rest of the surrounding area, leading to a drought otherwise, leading to a drought in other places. Crocodile illegally imported dance powder into Alabasta and used it to hoard rain, but did so in a way that makes it look like oh yeah, this is... Yeah, and then here's a bunch of other, like... a bunch more... treasure levels that just unlocked. But what Crocodile did, he used the dance powder in a way that makes it so that it seems like Cobra, the king of Alabasta and Vivi's father, is using it to cause droughts everywhere except for himself, basically. And that causes everybody around, or all the citizens, to realize, to think, hey, our king is hoarding water, he needs to be dethroned, somehow. And, like, Crocodile is dispensing water freely. He's the good guy here. We should help him, or, like, he should be a better king, basically. But all of that is basically manufactured because Crocodile is the one using dance powder, and Cobra doesn't even know what it is, I think. Or at the very least, he knows what it is, he just doesn't have access to it. And so the reason that the entire, like, civil war in Alabasta was even started was, yeah, because Crocodile wanted Pluton, but he started it by basically making it a war over water. Or making it a war over resources like water. And in doing so, making sure that he basically has almost complete control over who has water and who doesn't, he kind of immunized himself against one of his only weaknesses. Because if nobody else has water, well then they can't use water against him to solidify him and hit him. This now is a very interesting level because this is a level of Usopp chasing down the Frankie family to get the money back. When it was mentioned in Water 7 in Pirate Warriors 3, but when the crew went to get the Mary fixed up, or when they went to get like an appraisal on the Mary to see how much it would be to fix her up, Usopp got jumped and lost 200 million berries to the Frankie family. And I think it's mentioned in Pirate Warriors 3, but it's never shown on an actual level. It's only like glossed over in a text scroll. But Usopp actually does go and confront the Frankie family. He does try and chase them down to get the money back and go to the Frankie family house and again try and beat them up to get the money back. This actually lets you play through that segment. This is Usopp. You are forced to play Usopp, and you have to go through the stage and try and get the money back. This also introduces technique types to the stage. This also introduces you to technique types. Technique types are kind of the weird one. Because all of them kind of have a different gimmick, but they're unified in the sense that if you press... Yeah, if you press a certain combo, every technique type has a certain combo that will just yoink in a whole army of people to just keep wailing them. And I don't really like that kind of playstyle, necessarily. I don't play many technique types. I think the only one that I really play is, the only two that I've really played extensively are Law and Hancock, because they're both technique types now. Which, sure, I'm a little sad about that, but sure. Unfortunately, Robin is also a technique type, so she's unfortunately not one of my mains. But technique types, I think, are one of the... technique types, I think, are a very common type of character in a game like this. In games like this, of like, I don't know how the fuck to work them, but in the right hands, they can sing, basically. Oh yeah, and this is another thing that I kind of love about the series, or about this game specifically. All of the maps, like every map in this game that correlates to an actual place in the series. Oh, hey. There he is. You can kind of see Panda Man under the rubble there. You can see his fingers. But all the maps in this game are very accurate to, like, what we actually see in the show. Oh, and this is following up on the... Is it? Yes. Okay, yeah. So this is their reaction after they have to leave without Vivi, basically. Yeah, he's basically saying... Yeah, Zoro's basically saying here, like, if you're gonna whine about her staying behind, why didn't you just kidnap her instead? Right, they have to explain why Robin's up there.
No!
Yeah, Robin managed to sneak on board somehow. I'm sad that this skipped over one of Luffy's best lines in the series. When everyone was calling Zoro a brute there for saying that he should have kidnapped Evie like that. I think it's in the dub. Or I think this is a dubism, but but Luffy just says three-sword style before Usopp corrects him like, that's not an insult. That's not an insult, dude. And then Luffy corrects himself saying four-sword style. And Usopp just kind of gives up after that. Which is kind of actually retroactively hilarious because Zoro does fight someone, Kaku, in Enies lobby who uses four-sword style. Kaku holds two swords in his hands and then basically counts his legs as swords as well because he knows Tempest Kick, which fires off like wind sides basically.
Ah, なんだ、お前じゃねえか。生きてたのか。あんた、いつからこの船に。
モンキー・ディ・ルフィ、あなた、私に何をしたか忘れてないわよね。
おい、お前、嘘つくな。俺は何もしてねえぞ。
いいえ、耐え難い仕打ちを受けました。責任取ってね。
意味わかんねえやつだな。どうしろってんだよ。
私を仲間に入れて。
Yeah, and this scene, she's basically
崩れ
saying,
ゆく総裁殿の中で、私はポーニャグリフと共に埋もれて死ぬはずだった。私もそれを望んでいた。なのに、あなたは私を生かした。それがあなたの罪。私には行くあても帰る場所もない。だから、この船に置いて。
yeah, this is literally Robin saying, how dare you save my life? You are going to pay for that.
なんだ、そうか。そりゃしょうがねえな。いいぞ。心配すんなって。こいつは悪いやつじゃねえから。
ロビンを仲間に加え、グランドラインを進むルフィたちだ
Oh
が、
yeah, and they're just gonna skip over
ロブコ
Skypiea
ースが
entirely.
空を
Eneru's
示
not
す
in
と
this
い
game.
う事態に
Eneru,
直面する。空にあるという島の伝説を信じて情報を集める中、大型ルーキーと称される海賊
Bellamy is here.
ハイエナのベラミーと遭遇する。
Mostly because he kind of has to be, but
空に島があるって一
that
体い
is
つ
just
の
a
時代の人
PNG
間
of
だ
their
よ。
renders from the
いい
last
か
game.
海賊が夢を見る時代はもう終わったんだ。
ベラミーから売られた喧嘩をあえて買わず、嘲笑や暴力に耐えたルフィたちは謎の海賊と出会う。
空島はあるぜ。海賊が夢を見る時代が終わるって。え？おい、ぜはははは。人の夢
I'm
は
reminded of something about Blackbeard's appearance.
笑われていこうじゃねえか。高みを目指せば
Unfortunately,
出す拳の道からねえ喧嘩
very
もあるもんだ。
unfortunate.
その
The
後、
original voice actor
空
for
島へ向かう手
Blackbeard.
がかりを得たルフィたちは、立ちはだかったベラミーを倒し、空島、スカイピアへと到達した。
Unfortunately, the
空島で
original
の
voice
冒
actor
険
for
を終え、
Whitebeard
深く損傷した
he
強引
passed
メリー
away fairly
一味はその
recently,
修理をするため
and before
腕利
this
き
game
のフラダ
finished
イクを
production.
求めて海を進む。その途中、
And so in this
突如
game,
ルフィたちの前に現れた
Whitebeard is
海軍
voiced by
大
a
将
different dude.
青生地と光線。
He has a new
一味
voice
は
because
全く
they
歯が
kind of
立た
had
ず、
to replace him
その力の差を思い
because he's
知
such a
ら
major
され
part
る。
of the series.
お前たちはこの先ニコ・ロビンを必ず持て余す。ニコ・ロビン
Oh
という
wow,
女
they
の
just
生
skipped
まれつ
over
いた星の
literally
凶
the
暴性を
entirety
背
of
負
the
いきれ
Sky
なかっ
Island portion here.
ロビンについて不吉な忠告を残した青生地は、 一味を捉えることなく去っていった。
I mean, I guess
そ
at
の
least
一件
they
の後、
froze
一味を
Robin,
乗せ
but
グランドラインを進むゴーイングメリー号の眼前に目的地ウ
yeah,
ォ
they
ーター
didn't
セ
show
ブンが姿を
anything
見
from
せ、
Skypiea. They
船大
scrubbed
工たち
that
からメ
shit.
リー号修理の査定を受けるべく、ルフィたちは造船会社ガレーラカンパニーへと向かう。
メリー号が直せねえって？なんでだ？おめえらすげえ船大工なんじゃねえのかよ。
Oh yeah, and this is the scene where they realize the mirror can't be fixed. So one thing about the Galley Law Company, you can see its logo on the right side of the screen there. That's supposed to be like a giant warship, like a giant rowboat, like a Viking, like you'd see most Vikings have in modern media. Technically speaking, that is very much possible to make with, but technically speaking, that also depicts Lucci's beard. Lucci's beard and his whiskers. I think it has a double meaning of some kind, and I can't remember specifically what it is. I know there's a double meaning there of it's supposed to be looking like a giant ship, but also Lucci's beard in some way. But yeah, that symbol is or not symbol, logo does have a double meaning.
査定の結果は聞いただろう。船の全骨格の土台となる竜骨がひどく損傷している。
Oh, I think it's supposed to be like a combination of Lucci's beard and Iceberg's beard. Also, I love that like they couldn't make a model of him for the cutscene, so they just have him in a text bubble. Like this game had no time. This game was so rushed. It had to have been.
そんな。じゃあ本当にもうゴーイングメリー号では二度と後悔できないの？
まあ船の寿命だ。いい機会じゃねえか。
Hey, I wonder
諦
what's
めて
happening
新しい
behind
船
the
を
shop
買って
there.
け。
いや、乗り換える気はねえ。俺たちの船はゴーイングメリー号だ。今日だって快適に走ってたんだ。なのに急に後悔できねえなんて信じられるか。
沈むまで乗れば満足か。呆れたもんだ。てめえそれでも一船の船長か。
So first of all, I like Iceberg here basically saying, you aren't really a captain if you don't know when to cut your losses on a ship. Like, I know you care about the ship, but it's done. It's gone. But, so the reason that, that little pantomime bullshit happened with Usopp back there, canonically, he's not supposed to be here with them when that happens. He was, like, separated, got lost, and kicked off. That's why no one noticed, and that's why Iceberg here, who should have been able to see something happening, didn't say anything.
話は一旦終わりだな。船を買う気になったらまた来い。
せっかく空島の黄金を売って修理代も手に入れたのに、肝心の船の修理ができないんじゃ。
おい、ナミ、大変だ。金の入ってるケースがないぞ。
ちょうだい、やめてよ。あのお金がなくなったら。うわー
There were 3 suitcases, by the way.
どこ行ったんだ？
there were actually 3 suitcases of money. Grand total in selling all the money they got from Skypiea, they got 300 million, and each suitcase held 100 million. Usopp was stuck carrying 2 of them, with Nami holding the third, and when they realized that Usopp was gone and had been basically kidnapped and money had been stolen, Nami basically went back to the ship to hold on to the money while the others went and found Usopp. Oh, and Robin had fucked off by this point, but, you know. But yeah, Robin basically, or not Robin, Nami, she basically, she held back on the ship, on the Mary, with the final suitcase, and she just stood on the deck with 2 pistols drawn. She was literally ready to shoot a bitch if they tried to get any more of the money. And I'm not even sure. I don't know if this is. I don't remember how accurate this is, but I don't think we even saw. I don't think we even saw the stuff that. There. It's so hard finding like where to get. You move. You don't move like the cursor like a mouse. You move it like it clicks. And so it's really tough to find small nuggets. But anyway, I don't think that the events that this level covers, like Usopp trying to get the money back, I don't think that's ever shown. Well, that might be shown in the manga. No, yeah, it is. I think so. Yeah, so I'm just talking bullshit now. And now to upgrade Usopp a lot. Flash style. Why would I need a stun like that? Well, I guess that makes sense. Grab this. Considering how much higher level I am, or considering how much I've upgraded everyone, like on this map, I don't really need to focus on specific character upgrades like this so much as I do to just get all their combos. Oh goddamn, I'm out of money again. Yeah, that's another thing that you have to farm for in this game. You have to get a lot of money. Okay, so for now, there we go. Yeah, like, for a while in this game, especially while farming, these 3 are necessary. These 3 are like a necessary requirement for any character build. That works. Yeah, this map
一方
is.
その頃
Oh yeah, we get to see Robin fucking off.
水が澄んでて街並みも綺麗ね。
歩ける場所もあるんだな。
I love this
近く
pairing
の島では
because
今仮想カーニバルをやっているらしいわ。この町の人たちも参加の準備をしてるみたいね。
yeah, that's also the reason that
なんでそんなこと知ってるんだ？
そんな話し声が聞こえたから。癖なの。子供の頃から人の顔色を見て聞き耳を立てて生きてきたから。
はあ、すげえなロビンは。お、あそこに本屋がある。寄っていいか？
もちろん入りましょう。
but yeah, that mask thing that she mentioned, that's why.
CP9 です。
First of all, that's why Bluno here. Because,
CP9。
I mean, yeah, it's Bluno. Can walk around in a mask without anybody
どこ行ったんだ？
batting an eye.
おーい、
It's also where Usopp got his Sniper King mask.
こりゃすげえ、見たこともねえほどの大金じゃねえか。
待て泥棒、金返せ2億ベリー。兄貴に届けるぞ。それ逃げろ。くそ、逃げられた。絶対に取り返さねえとみんなに合わせる顔がねえ。
Yeah, I know that they'd already checked it, but I feel like Usopp didn't really need to state that it was 200 million berries
実はまだ近くにいるはずだ。絶対に取り逃さねえと。
Also, yeah, this is. But yeah, this is another of the. Once again, this is basically just Usopp's having a really bad day, and he doesn't want to look weak again. Like, especially because he knows that none of the other members of the crew would be able to do that. Like, he knows that none of the other members of the crew would let this happen to them. Yeah, now... Alright. Yeah, Robin just popped up to see. To tell you, hey, she's leaving.
見失っちまったけど、今は金が先だ。何が何でも奪い返さなきゃならねえ。
Yeah, and then... So like they said with the, explaining how technique full force stroke Usopp's is, as he's running, he just drops bottles of oil.
すはずだったんだ。絶対に取り返す。これは俺たちの船を修理する大事な金なんだ。返し
So
ても
fun
らう
fact,
ぞ。
I think Usopp only ever uses the, like, throwing a bottle of oil or alcohol, more accurately. I think he only uses that trick once against Fishmen, and he is blue. I feel like that's unnecessary, like Caltrops in an oil pit that you're going to then set on fire. But you hold still. I kind of hate chase missions like this, of like, or chase missions in this game, in this series. It's like, hey, kill this enemy. You're literally going to ignore everything about you and run away constantly. Like, that seems a bit... Oh yeah, that's also something. This is also something that makes me kind of, that I think is kind of interesting. Because like, this entire thing is basically Usopp having a bad day and like letting his lack of self-confidence show. Like, he's letting his lack of self-confidence show here. About, like, feeling lesser than the rest of the crew. But even he goes to fight Frankie, and Frankie kicks his ass. And Frankie, like, kicks his ass straight up. Frankie only kicks his ass. Frankie kicks his ass, and then later Frankie joins the crew. And so that kind of has to mess with him on some level. Of like... But like that almost has to... To me that almost has to mess with him on some level. Of like, the guy that straight up beat my ass was welcomed into the crew. Like, what the hell?
Usopp. 息はあるか、チョッパー。死んじゃいない。大丈夫。助けられるよ。
Yeah, and then this point, this is one of the, like in canon, this is one of the most badass scenes of the entire series. The walk to the Frankie family house. And functionally, this is kind of like, this is a very similar scene to something that happened in Arlong Park, the walk to Arlong Park. But this is kind of hilarious. It's like, okay, is Usopp dead? No, he is not. Can you treat him? I can give him first aid. Cool. We're gonna destroy that place.
ちょっと待ってろよ、ウソップ。あのふざけた家、吹き飛ばしてくるからよ。
Yeah, and when he says send that thing flying, he's not joking. They level the place. They level the place without really even trying.
あの貧弱長っ鼻野郎のいる一味の船長だ。
てめえの実力のほども知れるってもんだな。こっちから叩き潰してやる。おや。
Oh, and fun fact, this main
ちょっと待ておめえ
Frankie
ら。
Family guy,
金だろ。
his
返し
head,
てほしいのは
like
残念だがここにはもうねえ。
his face model, is actually based
フ
on
ラ
a
ンキーの兄貴が持って
canon
買い
member
物
of
に出
the
ちまった
Frankie
んだ。
family, like the most
つまりここでどれだけ暴れようとも
the most prominent
金
one
は
named
戻って
Zombai,
は。
I think his name is Zombai.
もう喋ってくれるな。そういうこっちゃねえんだよ。
そうだな。もう手遅れだ。
お前ら骨も残らねえと思え。
おうか、フランキー。
どこへだよ。
参ったな。金の行方は本当にわからねえようだ。フランキーってやつを締め上げても買い物された後じゃな。
ウソップの応急処置終わったぞ。
Like, I
とに
understand
かく船に戻るか、ルフィ。
船よ。
ん？
決めたよ。ゴーイングメリー号とはここで別れよう。船はよ、乗り換えることにしたんだ。ゴーイングメリー号には世話になったけど、この船での後悔はここまでだ。
待てよ、そんなお前修理代足りなくなったのか。
違うよ、そうじゃねえ。
じゃあなんだよ、なんで乗り換えるなんてくだらねえことを言うんだ。
メリー号はもう直せねえんだよ。
First of all, I'm not going to skip this. But second of all, so remember when I mentioned at the cutscene beginning this level that Usopp wasn't there, and thus he wasn't there, and no one would have noticed him, the money being stolen? That also means he wasn't there for the full explanation of how the ship is broken. He wasn't there for the full explanation of how the Mary was broken, and thus doesn't know that they literally cannot fix it. They literally cannot fix it without building a new ship, effectively. And again, this is an issue of Usopp is being uppity. Like, Usopp is being disrespectful to his own captain, but his captain is kind of being a dick by not explaining fully why he's making this decision. And, like, I don't really think that this would help, but,
お前一流と言われる船大工たちがもうダメだと言っただけで、今までずっと一緒に海を旅してきた大事な仲間をお前はこんなところで
I feel like
見殺し
someone
にする
probably
気
should
か。
have mentioned
じゃあお前に判断で
they
きんのか
literally
よ。
leveled a building
お前は船大工じゃねえだろ。
because of Usopp.
ああ、そうだ、それがどうした。絶対に俺は見捨てねえぞ、この船を。
これは俺が決めたことだ。今さらお前が何言ったって意見は変えねえ。
いいかルフィ、誰でもてめえみたいに前ばっかり向いて生きていけるわけじゃねえ。俺は傷ついた仲間を置き去りにこの先の海へなんて進めねえ。
いい加減にしろお前。ルフィ、お前だけが辛いなんて思うなよ。
だったら乗り換えるなんて答えが出るはずがねえ。
じゃあいいさ。そんなに俺のやり方が気に入らねえんなら今すぐこの船に。
I'd also like to point out once more, Sanji, Luffy and Usopp
てめえ今
are
何言おうとした
17
んだ。
here.
め
They're
ったな
not
こと
even
口に
legal,
するもんじゃねえぞ。
technically.
いや、
I think 17 is
いいんだ
legal
ろ
in
うね。
Japan, but
それがお前の本心だろ
Like, they are children,
う。使えねえ仲間は
functionally
次々
speaking.
に切り捨てて先に進めばいい。
Hell, even Sanji and Zoro
メ
are
リー号に見
19.
切りをつけるんなら俺にもそうしろよ。意見が食い違ってまで一緒に旅することねえよ。俺はこの一味をやめる。確かにその船は船長であるお前のもんだ。だから俺と戦え。俺が勝ったらメリー号はもらっていく。モンキー D ルビー、俺と決闘しろ。
どんな目にあっても後悔
So
するな。
yeah, you get to fight this side of the fucking argument here.
殺す気で来いよ。返り討ちにしてやる。流れ星。流れ星。俺に
You
は
now get to fight this side of the argument.
命が欲しければ今すぐ降参しろ。
お前にそんな部下はいねえことぐらい知ってる。
There we go. That's not kind of quite. Yeah, this. But this has already been said to death. This is a fantastic scene because, again, neither of them are necessarily in the wrong here, but they're both simultaneously in the wrong. Like, Usopp has a point of like, hey, we're just leaving our ship behind. Why? But he's still questioning his own captain. Like, he has a point, but he's saying... He has a point, but his way of bringing it across is very inappropriate. And Luffy, as well, is making a mature decision of leaving behind a ship that cannot be fixed, that has taken them as far as it can go, and even then further beyond that. But he's doing it in a way that's like... He's doing it in a way that doesn't consider the emotions of the rest of the crew. He's basically trying to say this with a smile, not realizing how disrespectful that is to his own crew. Because, once again, Luffy does have a point. And it's even proven that Luffy is correct here in making this decision to leave the Mary behind. Because
お前の好きにしろよ。
It is explicitly stated in canon.
新しい船を手に入れて、この先の海へ俺たちは進む。じゃあな。
The only reason the Mary even got this far to Water 7,
楽しかった。
the only reason it got this far is because it wanted to get them this far so that they can
そ
leave her
れがキャプテ
behind.
ンだろう。迷うな。お前がフラフラしてやがったら、俺たちは誰を信じりゃいいんだよ。
Also, for as awkward as these models
船
are,
を明け渡そう。
those
俺たちはもう
expressions and animations that they're doing, that is actually one-to-one with the anime. But that is one-to-one with the source. Hey, triumphant! Fuck off. That's something that bothers me about this game as well. The time limits are very, very strict in what counts as an A rank. Like in Pirate Warriors 3, you were very generous with like, oh, you took half an hour to beat this quest, cool, you get an S rank. In this game, it's like, hey, it took you... Hey, you beat the final level of the story mode in half an hour? How dare you, you get an A rank. Oh, I can try and unlock Kizu now. Lovely. How the fuck do I unlock Kizu? I don't remember. Oh, whatever. Ah, level 2. Lovely. Yeah, and then this is I think the first. I think Enies Lobby has 6 total levels. Yes, 6 total levels. So there's this one, and this is basically the same. Or this basically fills the same role that the first Water 7 level did in Pirate Warriors 3. It just covers the same stuff.
ウソップと決闘し決別を告げたルフィたちはゴーイングメリー号を明け渡し宿屋で過ごすことになった。そこへさらに不穏な知らせが一味にもたらされる。チョッパーと行動を共にしていたロビンが行方不明になったのだという。
変なやつに話しかけられていなくなっちまったんだ。ごめんよ、俺が目を離したから。
そんな中突如として事件が発生。ウォーターセブン市長アイスバーグが何者かの襲撃を受けたのだ。
アイスバーグさんを襲った犯人の一人はニコ・ロビンだ。お前らの仲間だろうが。
アイスバーグの証言によりロビンは暗殺未遂の容疑をかけられ、一味はガレーラカンパニーの職人たちの襲撃を受ける。一方フランキー一家を束ねる棟梁フランキーはルフィたちに子分をやられた怒りに燃え一味への復讐を企てていた。
次こそ消してやるさ。さすがは1億の首。なかなか骨がある。
さまざまな思惑が渦巻く中、ルフィたちは事件の真相をつかむべく姿をくらましたロビンの行方を追うことに決める。
俺は信じねえ。本当のことが知りてえ。ロビンを捕まえるんだ。
One thing I will say about Iceberg, he has always had like perfect lipstick. Like I don't know if that's just his lips' natural color, but man has some fine lips. Let's see. I need to level him up. I need to level up his crew. Get his crew level up. Actually, let's go basic. Oh. see Panda Man's finger, or Panda Man's hand down at the bottom right? Bottom right. Unfortunately, if you zoom in, it's covered by the rubble. Anywhere here?
まったく市長襲撃なんて濡れ衣もいいとこだ。早くロビンちゃんを見つけねえとな。
くんくん。ん？
どうしたチョッパ。ロビンちゃん。どこにいたんだよ。探したんだぞ。みんな心配してる。一緒に帰ろ
う。いいえ、私はもうあなたたちのところへは戻らないわ。
I'm curious.
ここでお別れよ。この町で。
I'm curious why she
何
chose
言い
to
出すんだよ
do
ロビン
this.
ちゃん。あ、そうか。新聞のことだろ。
Because I
気
can't
にするこ
imagine.
とねえよ。俺たちは誰一人信じちゃいねえし、濡れ衣なんざ海賊にはよくあることだ。
そうね。あなたたちには言われのない罪をかぶせて悪かったわ。
That's actually very interesting.
だけど私にとっては偽りのない
That's
記
very
事。
interesting for me to think about. Like,
昨夜市長の屋敷に侵入したのは確かに私。
I mean, on the surface, it seems like she's just saying, "Yes, I did this, and I'm leaving."
あなたたちの知らない闇がある。
But like,
闇はいつかあなたたちを滅ぼすわ。
ロビンちゃん、何言ってんのかわからねえよ。
from dealing with them on Scampia, she should realize just
みんなに
how
もよろしく伝えてね。こんな私に今までよくしてくれてありがとう。
yeah, like
さよなら。
she should
ちょっ
realize
と待
just
てよ
how much
ロビンちゃん、冗談やめ
this
ろ。
would egg them on to go save her. Because at this point, she doesn't want to be saved. Or at the very least, she's actively choosing not to
さっ
be
き
saved.
ロビンちゃんが言ったこと、ルフィたちに伝えに行くぞ。ガレーラの職人どもがうようよしてやがる。集まった方がいい。
ロビンは俺たちが嫌いになったのかな。
チョッパー、一つ覚えとけ。女の嘘は許すのが男だ。
I will say that's still a weird line. Forgive a woman's. I will say that that's kind of still a weird line to me. Like, a man must forgive a woman's lies. Like, I mean, she's not technically lying here, and I don't know. I don't really understand that. I guess it is just playing more into the chivalrous nature, but still. I do find it a bit odd. So like I said, this is a very accurate level. This is a very accurate level layout to what's actually. This is very accurate to canon, the layout of the level here. But that also now means we're starting at the like, there's a part of Water 7 called Derelict Island. It's basically just for shipwrecks. It's just for scrap metal. Sorry, I thought the music cut out for some reason. I was like, I've never had this bug either. What is it with you? But the part we're starting at right now is the shipbuilding island, or basically the scrap heap, where we docked the Mary, but the Mary isn't here anymore and we took a hotel, we should probably be starting up like at the top left of the map. In that little like roundabout there. But, hey, I can put skills on him now. I don't even know how these work. I've never used them before. Oh wait, Ridiculous. Oh. Oh, right, okay. I'm bothered that one of the DLC characters, very explicitly, I have not shown any of the DLC characters. I have not shown one very specific member of the DLC trio that released like a month ago, like last month, in yeah, it would have been last month, so September. Very specifically, I'm not showing them off because there's a very good reason for that. Trust me.
あいつらがアイスバーグさんを襲った一味か。許さねえ。
見逃してくれる雰囲気じゃねえな。ロビンちゃんを探さなきゃいけねえんだ。
Oh, so this is fun. This attack that you just used, that I just used, it is very big spoilers, yes. Spoilers for the end of Canon Wano, which is even bigger than this Wano, than this game Wano. But fun fact about this attack, that is called Gum Gum Shotgun. In the 4Kids dub, it apparently was dubbed as Gum Gum Quake. He basically fires a Gum Gum pistol and then, like, plucks his arm like a banjo string. To cause a bunch of other hits to happen. So the first time he used that attack, canonically, is in Arlong Park. The target being a giant sea cow. He grabbed it by the horns and just spun. Hi, Frankie. So, who'd have thought that attack is that Frankie was using. That seems very unwieldy because of the like connector piece that he has to carry around that connects his arms.
戦ブックの方が騒がしいぞ。人を集めろ。
これじゃ情報を集めるところじゃねえ。ガレーラカンパニーに乗り込むしかねえか。
I honestly don't remember how this all goes.
いきなり乗り込むには守りが硬すぎる。騒ぎを起こして職人たちを引きつけるんだ。フランキーとかいう野郎がやったみてえに目立つものを破壊すれば注意を引ける。
Oh yeah, we get to break shit. Oh, good thing I'm already over here.
スーパー俺が
Yeah, so one of the reasons that the Galley Law shipbuilding company, the Galley Law company, one of the biggest is basically the biggest company in Water 7. It is the main like method of employment, basically. And the reason that it can survive the way it does is because they kind of realize, hey, you're a pirate. You need a ship.
あれがロビンちゃんの本心とは思えねえ。もう一度会って話すんだ。
And even if you don't think you need us, we can fend for ourselves and fight back. Now, part of that is due to the whole having CP9, but yes.
この調子で騒ぎを起こすんだ。
Well, CP9 undercover. Actually, so the reason that Galley-Law even finds out that well, the way that Galley-Law finds out that the Mary is basically beyond saving is because Iceberg sends Kaku specifically to basically do an audit to check out the Mary and see what's going on. And Kaku is the one who sees that the keel broke, and he is the one who reports back, yeah, shit's busted, we can't fix it. And it's kind of hilarious, and it's kind of, again, it's a bit of a dramatic irony of Kaku being the first one to, Kaku being the one to basically condemn the ship, and meeting Zoro while he's there. Like, Zoro is napping on the Mary when Kaku comes by to check out the ship. And the reason that Kaku, and the reason that, but it's funny to me because Zoro basically would have fought off Kaku if not for the long run. Because when Zoro in his, like, when he, like, opened one eye from his goddamn nap, he saw, hey, there's a guy here. Hey, it's got a long nose. Hey, that's probably Usopp. Anyway, go back to sleep. But the only reason that he actually noticed someone was there was arguably because it was a strong person talking. Oh, that's also something, levels are way too big. Well, they're not too big, I guess, because they kind of need to be. They kind of need to be this big to fit the characters, but it's hard to tell your way around, basically. But that's so in Pirate Warriors 3, there were 3 specific Water 7 or Enies Lobby based stages. There was one for the first Water 7 stage, one for Enies Lobby, and then one for the leaving Water 7 level. In this game, there are still 3 Water 7 adjacent levels. Oh yeah! That's... I don't know if that's right. So that seahorse thingy in the background in the canal, that is the main method of transportation in the city. You can see these canals everywhere. You can see these canals everywhere, and I think that's a waterfall. It's basically a, I mean, it's similar to a Blackrust, basically. It's just a goofy little dude. You can right around there. Or right around on. But, anyway, there are 3 Water 7 adjacent stages in this level, too. Or in this game, too. Except there's this one for Water 7, and then Enies Lobby gets 2. One for the mainland, and one for the Tower of Law. The Tower of Law level sucks. Like, once again, it's another... Like, once again, Tower of Law level, fantastically designed. It has so many small niche details that only a nerd like me would give a shit about. Like, and it's actually a tower. It is a replication of the tower as it exists in the series. A very faithful recreation. The problem is that it's a tower with a 2D map. You have to navigate like 4 or 5 different levels of the stage with just this one map that you see on my screen right now. And like I said, it is 2D. Also, thank whichever developer decided that you only have to take this once. That needs to be like 7 times in Pirate Warriors 3.
Nico Robin.
He's still just a PNG. He doesn't have a model. In even this scene, he does not have a model. Oh my god. Once again, makes sense, but still.
今世界中でポーネグリフを解読できるのはお前一人。世界で唯一古代兵器を復活させれる存在がお前だ。
Small point to bring up. I mean, it'd be nice to have one instead of just a PNG and a speech bubble. He's a cool character, at least.